Meet ClayWorld Diner's friendly ketchup dispenser. Burger and fries, loyal companion, bottled with ketchup from the best vine tomato plants in ClayWorld, with a spicy attitude and an opinion in everything. Señor Salsa de Tomate. And you guessed it, he's made out of clay, and we're gonna make him today. First, gather your materials. Take some red clay and cover the aluminum foil structure. Use a rolling pin to make it flat and cover the structure completely. Smooth the surface where needed, evening out the sides of the bottle. Okay, let's make the label. Take some white clay to make a square about the size that you want the label to be. With a toothpick, draw a square where the label will go on the bottle. Then, cover the area you drew with a thin layer of white clay. Straighten the sides and sharpen the edges. Make a small ball of red clay. Flatten it and place it in the middle lower portion of the label. Make some leaves by rolling out a few very small ovals of green clay and giving them pointy ends. Flatten them and place them on the top edge of the tomato, like leaves growing out of the top. With a little bigger amount of green clay, place a stem pointing up, and add a vine by placing a string of green clay across the label in a wavy pattern, connecting to the stem you made. Make a couple of teardrop shapes and stick them to the green string, making leaves growing out along the vine. Give this ketchup dispenser more texture and three-dimensionality by adding a frame to the label. Make a long, thick worm using your fingers to give it a straight edge that goes around the label, making 4 corners. Fade the side where the frame meets the bottle, using your finger to rub the clay repeatedly over the dividing line until you blend the reds together. Place the eyes over the label. Make a red worm with pointy ends, give it some curvature and flatten it slightly on the side, attaching it to the top of the label area and blending the 2 sides. The way you put this part will determine the expression of your character. What expression do you want it to have? Make it happen. Decorate the neck of the bottle with some white clay. Roll a long, thin worm, flatten it, and wrap it around the base of the neck. Blend the juncture of the start and finish points. Make a thinner worm and wrap it around the upper part of the neck. Carefully adjust it all around to make a straight line. Now make a red third worm of similar size as the last and wrap it around the first ring. Carefully adjust it all around to make it straight. Make a white ball for the cap of the container. Flatten it into a disc and place it on the top of the bottle. We're going to make the little opening on the cap with a dot of red clay on the top of the cap, then surround the dot with a small ring of white clay. Coming out of the opening is a squirt of ketchup. To make the squirt, roll the red clay into worms of different lengths, about the thickness of the opening you made. Make them pointy on one side and rounded on the other side. Place the worms pointy end at the opening, coming all to one side of the bottle, rounded side out. Finally, make another ball for the top of the cap. The cap's cap, just as big as the neck is wide and about a 1/4 inch thick. Attach it to the back side of the top of the bottle, resembling an open cap.